Hi, I'm Dr. Paul Hafner. Welcome to this episode of Sports Psych in a Minute. Last week I talked about the 5 pillars of success: motivation, goals, resources, risk, and relationships. This week I wanted to share a couple of thoughts about the first one, motivation. Motivation is extremely important because it's the fuel that actually drives our activity as we work towards attaining our goals. Without it, it's very difficult to do the things, hard things that we need to do in order to reach our riding goals. The first thing that I want to talk to you about in terms of motivation is the idea that we have internal motivations and external motivations. Internal motivations are the motivations that come from inside of us. They're the things that, in essence, are just because. To demonstrate this, I often ask groups I speak to, if they like ice cream, what their favorite flavor is. And often people are quick to jump out with butter pecan or rocky road, cookies and cream. And then I take it another step and ask them, why is that your favorite? And almost universally people say, well, because. Just because. When we ask a question, why, and we get the answer just because, we know that we're dealing with what I call an internal motivating factor. If the answer to our question is something like, oh, because my friends do, or because my mother told me to, or because my trainer told me to, those are external motivating factors. And in order to support ourselves in our efforts in riding, what we need to do is make sure that the internal motivating factors are the primary ones. External motivation is an important piece of our riding. It's an important piece of making progress towards our goals. But at the end of the day, what we want to make sure is that the internal motivations, that we are doing this because we really want to. The second thing I want to share with you about motivation is the idea that we may be motivated differently in different aspects of our riding experience. And it's important to reflect on that in the same way we reflected overall in terms of internal, external motivations. So, it might be why horses as a general motivation to participate in some sort of equestrian sport. But you can also ask yourself, why this discipline? Why this trainer? Why this stable? All of those questions can be asked, and you can explore the balance of internal versus external motivating factors, making sure that our internal motivating factors are primary. This has been Sports Psych in a Minute, and we'll see you next week.